Welcome to Resource PNG. One of Papua New Guinea's largest employers and investors has just committed to improving the lives of communities through its foundation over the next 5 years. Oil Search Limited recently announced a funding of 185 million kina to Oil Search Foundation, specifically for work in the fields of health, leadership and education, and women's protection and empowerment. Resource PNG was present to witness this announcement, as well as the official rebranding of Oil Search Foundation. Oil Search Foundation recently marked another milestone with the foundation unveiling its new logo. Coinciding with this new look was the announcement of a funding of 185 million kina from Oil Search to go towards the foundation's programs. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill was among those who were present to witness this occasion. He expressed his appreciation to Oil Search through the Oil Search Foundation for partnering with the government in improving the lives of communities.
And today you can see, even though we have not overcome the challenges that we have, you can see the remarkable achievements that we have had today. If you go to Port Moresby General Hospital, if you go to Engau, if you go to Medallion Hospital down in Medan, when you go to Oro, today we are building in Oro Papuneta, we're building a new hospital for Oro Province. We are doing that right across the country. And I'm very thankful that Oil Search Foundation and, of course, Peter Botten himself, I know he's not very busy running Oil Search. So I politely asked him to be the chairman of Ella Provincial Health Authority and Ella Tari Hospital. Thank you for the achievements that you have achieved over the last few years, or few months, so to say. And we are very proud of your commitment to our country. Let us, of course, continue to encourage such partnerships with all our other friends who are doing business in Papua New Guinea. We are here to help you. In many cases, Papua New Guineans, we are our worst enemy. We continue not to focus on what we want to do. When Peter Botten talks about shortage of doctors and nurses, it is not that we are in shortage.
According to Oil Search Foundation CEO Kimberly Kepore, this marks the start of a new chapter for the foundation in adding value to the lives of Papua New Guineans. For Oil Search Foundation, what's in store for communities?
Thank you, Maribel. Well, essentially, the Oil Search Foundation has a wide footprint in Papua New Guinea. On one hand, we cover the project impact areas for Oil Search Limited, which include Hela, Southern Highlands and Gulf Province. And on the other hand, through our grant management programs, we reach almost every single province in Papua New Guinea. So our reach is far and wide.
Oil Search recently announced the support over the next 5 years. How important is it to have Oil Search on board backing the foundation?
It's an incredible commitment, not only for PNG but for anywhere in the region, for a private sector company to make this kind of a massive commitment to support the ongoing activities of the foundation over the next 5 years from 2016 to 2020. What that means is that it secures our 5-year strategy, which covers ongoing work in health, expands our remit in health, and also moves into 2 new areas of women's protection and empowerment and also leadership and education.
In terms of health programs, what are the specific areas that the foundation will be concentrating on?
Well, we cover a lot of areas, but essentially some of our flagship areas are working in malaria, in developing a TB response, also in maternal and child health care. We're also heavily involved in supporting the government to develop Hela Provincial Hospital, and that's an amazing example in a public-private partnership model in PNG.
Final word, what do you have to say to the communities up there? Exciting times ahead?
Absolutely. We look forward to continuing all of our work with all the communities that we reach in effect and maintaining a very strong and healthy relationship moving forward.
Oil Search Managing Director Peter Botten, who also chairs the foundation, says the foundation represents a key component to Oil Search's commitment to the sustainable development of Papua New Guinea. He adds that as PNG's largest company, Oil Search believes conducting business in a socially responsible manner is a strategic and moral imperative. Mr. Botten, always a pleasure having you on Resource PNG.
Good to be here. Actually, great location.
Question everybody will be asking, why Oil Search? Why investing in an Oil Search Foundation?
Look, I mean, firstly, we're PNG's biggest company. We're the biggest investor here. Our home's here. Our future's here. and working with our partners in government and other partners, we actually can make a difference to people's lives. We can actually deliver health and education, women's empowerment services and programs which few other people can do in this country. And I think we can do it in partnership with the various government departments. I think we can do it very effectively and leave a sustainable long-term impact in the country. And frankly, as PNG's biggest company, we should be part of that.
It must be good to have a vote of confidence from the Prime Minister during the launch this evening.
Yeah, I mean, he said some nice words, and you know, look, that's great, that's fantastic, and but you know, it's the partnership with the bureaucrats, the National Department of Health, Department of Personal Management, the Hela government, the national government, all of which means that we can make a difference. And standing back and watching people die in Hela province, for instance, is just unacceptable to us. So there's great business drivers for us to do this, but also a really compelling moral obligation as a big company here to help government put something back and help the communities reach their objectives.
Onto an issue I know you've been asked a lot about in recent times. Why not counter offer for Interoil?
Well, yeah, I come back to the real business, huh? Or back to another part of our real business. Look, I mean, value. It all comes down to value. And what we put on the table to Interoil we think was a very fair, reasonable offer. And look, Exxon came over and offered substantially more value than we did. And good on them. It means that they're very incentivised to see the next phase of LNG development in this country, as are we. Total ourselves are very keen to work with Exxon to see that next phase of investment. And if you want to fix the FX issues and improve employment and economic development in this country, one of the things we can do is get the next phase of LNG development up. I think we've got to tidy up outstanding issues from the first development, and working very constructively with Exxon and government about trying to do that, and working with the communities and landowners to do that. In reality, PNG is very, very well situated. Frankly, I've been here 24 years. This is one of the most exciting times I've seen for investment in this country, and it needs it.
It is exciting times ahead. Oil search is an integral part of the development of Papua LNG. Having Exxon in there as well, how confident, what does it do to investor confidence within the LNG market in PNG?
Well, look, I think it's great to have common parties between PNG LNG and Papua LNG. Government of common across Kumul Petroleum, very important partner for us and others is there. We're there. Now Exxon will be there. And now I think we can frame cooperation which means that we can do things faster and cheaper if we want to. There's a lot of hard work ahead, but I think the opportunity's there.
What's the next big project for oil search?
Well, look, let's get the next LNG phase away. I mean, it's been almost 6 years since the last commitment to FID, Final Investment Decision, for PNG LNG. I think we've got to really look at, we've got resources, we've got gas. Markets are challenging, we've got to do it smart to get anything up around the world, but we are well competitive if we manage this properly. A lot of work to do to tidy up some of the outstanding issues in the first project, but at the end of the day, as long as everybody works constructively together, we can do it.
On the note, Mr. Bodden, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
The Oil Search Foundation is now more determined than ever to make a positive impact on communities where it is present. When we come back, we look at cocoa in East New Britain Province. That's coming up next on Resource PNG. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Resource PNG. For many years, East New Britain Province has been regarded as a leader in cocoa production. Despite the devastating effects of cocoa pod borer over the last decade, the cocoa industry in the province is now in a rebuilding phase, with many farmers now returning to cocoa to sustain their economies. At the forefront of this resurgence has been the Cocoa Board of Papua New Guinea. Resource PNG was fortunate enough to accompany the Cocoa Board on recent field visits to see the effects of intervention programs aimed at bringing cocoa back.
Buena tuna kalau cakom marawut makom marmari coba barawet metu pakan yau ge kakau ni utabar yau me goiter wanarikai yau pite payuta ma to yau nunure ba ako kopot borai bagi wakai na go ekaka pabaga nunur ba go kakau na laun dari kakagua becar gerelamnya go togo kambuat tebari wanarika
The cocoa industry in Papua New Guinea is one that has had its fair share of challenges. Over the last 10 years, the onset of cocoa pod borer has devastated cocoa production in many parts of the country. East New Britain province is no different. The province, although blessed with rich fertile soil, has been one of the hardest hit by CPB, with estimates that close to 80% of potential production has been affected. But there are signs of improvement. The Cocoa Board of Papua New Guinea has embarked on key intervention programs to revive the cocoa industry in Papua New Guinea. In East New Britain, these interventions have been in the form of nursery seedling distribution as well as the Cocoa Freight Subsidy Program. These two key programs form the basis of the revival of this industry. Officials from the Cocoa Board, together with an official from the Department of National Planning, recently undertook a tour of several cocoa sites in East New Britain Province. Ralwan No. 2 was the first site to be visited. Here, the officials were given a traditional welcome, provided by members of the Ralwan No. 2 Cooperative Society.
Mi platu stop lo samplaya go finish film pen lo CPB come it down him through production lo kakao go down it down him to export quota blow export him go overseas go down lo is the British that's like stop lo han blow you play at beto kilalo mi pla bien minaka to statistic office blow plaga.
From initial observation, it can be seen that cocoa continues to play a large part in the lives of these people.
But this last year, myself say, "I'm not finished. You may miss out on this last year stuff. But you work me, you must work hard. Na you must clean him or cacao blow you me. Na you must plan him new pla cacao. Na clean him by you can kiss him good la benefit long end. Na me talk thank you through long cocoa board through long government lo this la day through lo national planning where funding also game lo you me long you me got cacao this la. Na you can allow him lo send him sit down lo you me lo plesa. By me can get lick money lo pocket lo you me.
The Ralwan No. 2 Cocoa Cooperative Society has benefited from the Cocoa Board's seedling distribution program, which has seen a drastic improvement in production since the devastation of cocoa pod borer.
You go to one house line and you can still look at some cacao stuff. Right? Now, me play looking at some people need, me play like can renovating back end or restoring back end sa la cocoa lol place lo me play. Now, maybe in salo both na mi plan here, right? Na mi can testify now sa time to osem, true osem before em kakao stop ya, mi plan sa kisungkut plamoni. The trend mi looking time bin mangi lor sa la place, before mi plan sa salimol wet beans. And then it came to a time that all money stop lo salim wet bean now, all work mo liklik for man triple wall. Na looking mo sa mo liklik kisungkut long plabek. Which semi trend now today many long area blo mi plan. All money like him the solo salim drive in.
All people all on the two all in the cacao. Cacao is short lo mi pla. I mean on up. Mi pla all on the two in the pla vaneme. Mi pla is short yet lo cacao. Mi pla thank you through golo you pla when you play. Sorry mi pla na mi pla apply wakima vanem cooperative vanem lo mi pla lo all on the two. Lo side lo gesel district.
So back to the gentleman in the earlier part of this story. Henry Lotte is a shining light for determination in sticking with cocoa. Each morning, Mr. Lotte speaks to and prays over his cocoa trees.
Buena tunatama, auto grem li bobor, may bona nilaw gora, kawawe kakao. Yaulul go, ngalan yangim Yesu karisito kawawe ngala kawawe tu.
You might think this is weird, and I must admit I thought it was too, until I realized the connection between cocoa and faith. You see, cocoa is described as food of the gods. From its South American origins, the cocoa has maintained a reputation as having a direct spiritual connection to the forces above. This fact is not lost on Mr. Lotte, who continues to pray over his cocoa crops each morning.
Ting belum ibin come up long walking de sala woko, planim de sala kakao. Mi bin ting long big man yet. Mi bin ting long big man na mi talk I think by me must pray long papa long aliwi me long display project. Real reason me been work long egg mark. Na time me come down, me finish long walk, me come sit down long display. Na me been thinking when something by me make him long aliwi more people. All right, this idea come up long cacao. By me planim liglig cacao long aliwi more people long place where only no got narapla income. Income long all long that's the time me come back long place me find out of some cocoa pot boray bagarap yung cacao. Na copra price inobin good pala. Na now me come up long that's thinking long planim cacao. Na good pala tu long mi bin golong CCI na mi stop one time all now only talking me long all varieties ya by mi planim in cocoa pot boray no naplo bagarapin. But unless you look long cacao, look out him good by you can look him result he come up. Na this now he come up also result belong ting belong me lo planim cacao.
More on the Cocoa Board's intervention program coming up on Resource PNG. We'll be back with more after these messages. You're watching Resource PNG. Given the adverse effects of cocoa pod borer over the better part of the last 10 years, efforts are now being made by stakeholders within the cocoa industry to revive this industry. At the forefront is the Cocoa Board of Papua New Guinea, working in partnership with Papua New Guinea Cocoa and Coconut Institute. At its Tavilo Research Station, PNG CCI has been hard at work in developing different varieties of cocoa for planting across the country. The efforts of CCI have meant that cocoa farmers across Papua New Guinea can now have access to more productive varieties of cocoa. With the worst of cocoa pod borer now thought to have passed, the Cocoa Board of Papua New Guinea is now working in partnership with other stakeholders to ensure that cocoa production improves to a level prior to CPB. This has been done through strategic relationships with government departments, particularly Department of National Planning, as well as Papua New Guinea Cocoa Coconut Institute. Moses Aihi of National Planning Department was in East New Britain Province recently to take a look at intervention programs that are being implemented in this province. A key intervention program is the Nursery Seedling Distribution Program, and the PNG CCI plays a crucial role in this particular program. At its Tavilo facility, PNG CCI carries out research on different cocoa varieties suitable for different environments in the country.
This is the cocoa breeding nursery. What happens here is we do all the research into development of improved cocoa planting material for the industry. And as you may know, you are aware, and everybody else is aware, this is the engine room, just like any commodity crop in the agriculture sector. What we do here is very, very important, and this is to ensure that farmers get the best quality planting material to be able to get good and fetch good profit from the good production that they take out of the cocoa farming. What we have here is a collection of all the different clones that we have released to the industry to date. In 2003, we released 8 sets of clones, and then again in 2013 we released another 10 clones. Altogether we have about 18 different clones that is now available to farmers in Papua New Guinea. Like I said, this is basically the breeding nursery where we do all the research, but whatever is done, whatever we select and whatever we recommend for farmers is propagated and done by our commercial division. We are also in the process of assisting farmers and cooperative groups that are interested in doing up their own nursery, because we understand that we cannot be able to do it, everything here, because the country is huge and the demand and potential for cocoa in the country is also that huge. So we have to ensure that the cocoa production is well extended throughout the country. So by doing so, we encourage farmers and cooperatives, like I said, to establish their own budwood gardens and nurseries so that they can be able to supply to the locations that they are in.
The Department of National Planning undertook a brief tour of what goes on at CCI to appreciate how its funding to the cocoa industry is being managed. And from initial indications, this program has been positive for all stakeholders.
My understanding of this seed material is that this is also part of the government-funded seed garden projects from 2009 to 2013. And this planting material was bred and produced by our research scientists in CCI, correct? So that is a major achievement in itself, meaning that we actually produced this planting material and did not bring it in from outside. And that's government funding. It is very pleasing and satisfying to see that this planting material is now in the field. Yesterday when we were at Wuna Canal, we saw that most of the old trees are out of the way, and it's all this planting material through the program. So in summary, I would say thank you to Cocoa Board as well for your performance in this area. We would like to work together and continue this program so that government efforts are not in vain and our people's lives are impacted through these programs.
Cocoa Board is partnering with CCI in the sense that we access or obtain most of our cocoa seedlings from this nursery to supply to our farmer groups, especially in Gesell and Kokopo districts, because those two districts are partnering with Cocoa Board. We have an MOA with them, so we get most of our planting material from this nursery at CCI. And what we do is we organize farmer groups in the respective villages, and then our project manager, who's Mr. Martin Ningi, is the one who's responsible to organize the farmers out there and then know exactly the requirement, and that's where we liaise with GCI to get the seedlings out to the farmers. Actually, we pay for the seedlings under the project, the cocoa nursery project, and the emphasis now is on the clonal material. I think for the future, that's where the industry is focusing on. And why clonal material is because I think there's three major factors to it. One is it's high yielding. Number two is it's tolerant to CPB in some sense, especially when farmers manage it well. It has some tolerance to CPB, because CPB is a common problem to this the cocoa industry, and that's how our scientific people has come up with these clones. And the industry now is promoting it, not only in New Britain, but in other parts of the country.
And that's how we end this episode of Resource PNG. A special thank you to the Cocoa Board of Papua New Guinea for helping to put this episode together. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with us regarding anything on our program, email us on the address now showing on your screen. For all the latest updates on developments within the resource sector in the country, check out our Facebook page. To view this program online, log on to the EMTV website, where you will find a link to the Resource PNG page. Until the next time, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.